That's that. You know, the obvious question is, well, what do you do there? And that's the thing. The Western approach, while large, is full of secrets. It's a place that was once held by the Dementor Empire. More recently, the Grey Wardens built a line of fortresses and watchtowers along the Abyssal Rift to defend against the Darkspawn during the Second Light. And in the timeline for Inquisition, the cult, directly opposed to our goals, has moved into this area to try and uncover the secrets long buried in the sands. Most importantly, the Inquisition has no real stronghold here. We don't have a presence in the way we would. So, as this leads us to explore, the thing to note is that there's all kinds of opportunities. Every landmark you see as we look around, those are all places you can go, things you can explore and visit. And we want to get that sense of real exploration. No quests holding your hand. There's a cave system you can see sort of the start of down there. You may not ever be told to go there. We want to get back to the idea of true discovery.
That's
that
terrible.
You, your friend, have gone through this area and potentially found stuff that neither of you ever saw in the other game. That's our ultimate goal. Now, of course, Inquisition is fundamentally a game party-based. And the party members, of course, continue to banter and chatter amongst themselves as you explore, but they also can offer help. They can spot things and call things out, things you might not otherwise see.
What's there on the cliff face?
Something very, very safe in the environment.
Now this gives us a long-term goal. How do we reach that cave? Or, you know, two long-term goals. The whole valley there is filled with the noxious gas, almost impossible for us to get in. And of course, we now realize there's a dragon in the area. We want to make sure that large threats like dragons or enemy fortresses are always visible, something that you are aware of. Grow in understanding. And of course, they become part of your long-term plan as you play. Speaking of, this keep you can see in the distance here is one that we've been working on in this save. We've had a plan to try and weaken it. We've drawn its troops out to kind of, you know, attack them outside the walls. We've managed to poison the well. So it's in worse shape than it normally would be. And a keep like this is a very tough fight. Well, tougher outside of the demo, to be honest. But the simple truth is that, you know, by weakening it, we're actually able to you know, gain some significant ground. But that's all long-term planning. Short-term, there's a number of significant things we can do in order to improve our odds when we're facing a superior force. The first thing is, of course, your equipment. A very vital part of Inquisition. Here we can look through our weapons, find that, whoa, 46. Very powerful, First Inquisitor's Flame, a huge two-handed sword. But we've heard you guys like to change your party's equipment. And you may notice they're all wearing different armors than they were in Crestwood, because you can absolutely do that. You can change the weapons within their class as well.
Woo!
So let's pull that sword out and take a look, if we could. Inquisition features our deepest crafting system today. You will be able to forge your own weapons and your own armor and give them the silliest names. Whatever. As well as an incredibly intense alchemy system to carry more potions and so on. But all that is great. You know, we've even got some situational things. You notice the enemies there are not immediately charging us. We don't want battles to get up in your face. We want to give you time to prepare. We want to give you time to execute a strategy, to think tactically. But we know there's a specific way you guys like to do that, and that sometimes that requires a change of perspective. Tactical view isn't just that, it's that for every platform. It has never been a And with it, of course, you can, in pause time, you can issue orders, tell your characters to move to different points, set their targets, tell them to use abilities, leave ice traps. All of that can be done as part of your long-term strategy. And then, without changing your perspective, you can choose to engage. Start time, continue moving with the most free-floating camera we've ever had, then take your next steps. Continue with your plan, lay it out, and then at any time, return back to full action play over the shoulder, third person. It's up to you how you want to play.
Nice to do that with Garrus.
Now, a keep, of course, not really worth its name if its doors are wide open. It's hard for you, it should be hard for you to attack it. Whether or not you need to find the bolt hole, make your way through a series of tunnels to get in here, fight your way around the back because it's not the most solid keep, or potentially, as I said, have you brought the right tools for the job? Maybe you suspect one of your warriors to be an absolute battering ram, as we have with Cassandra, and you can just knock.
Enemies on the walls and expendables girding them.
My dear, we render them all expendable.
Woo!
Now, interacting with your environment is a huge part of Inquisition. It should be not just something when you're exploring, but also as part of your battle plans. And as we can see here, we've got a line of soldiers there, but archers up on that bridge. They would be absolutely difficult to reach. We'd have to climb ladders or make our way around to the walls. But we notice our bridge is a little bit rickety, giving us a huge opportunity to freeze these guys in place.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Support. Enemies are at their best when they're challenging you in different ways, not just being tough or big sacks of hit points. As for Gladiator here, there's a huge shield reflecting arrows, deflecting spells, making it very hard to take it down unless you use teamwork to properly flank. Sometimes you even have to open up new routes to reach him in the course of that. Together a little more intelligently.
I'm ready to serve! Light is nothing! He will reign!
So we're facing an enchanter. He's a very powerful mage who can add benefits to his allies, causing the archers to fire arrows. He can throw lifts down on the ground, making it very treacherous for us to move around. So our first goal is to cut him off. Try and isolate him and make sure the archers don't have clear lines of fire using a wall of ice. Destroying parts of the battlefield, we want to make sure you can create zones of your own advantage and do so on the fly. Now the enchanter has very thick magical enchantments protecting him, making him very tough to kill, but using the spell we can tear those down, again leaving him wide open.